Just so for We the People News, this is actually an update on a news story that I just found out that happened in Loveland, which they've been having many different problems. So we'll proceed forward.
He has good days and bad days, just like anybody with dementia.
Karen Garner's family says justice delayed was not justice denied.
This is justice for my mom.
14 months after Loveland police officer Austin Hopp took Garner to the ground and handcuffed her behind her back, breaking her arm and dislocating her shoulder, the city of Loveland has agreed to pay $3 million to settle a lawsuit filed by her family.
This incident shocked us by exposing us to the lowest form of human behavior and indecency.
At a news conference directly in front of Loveland Police Headquarters, Garner's family said her dementia has gotten significantly worse since the incident last year, and that the money from the settlement will be used for her medical care.
Taking care of her day-to-day living, that's our only focus with Karen.
Her daughter-in-law told reporters that Garner was not aware of the settlement.
Karen has spoken nothing about this incident since the morning after, where she repeatedly said, "Why did they do this to me and why did they hurt me?"
Garner's family and her attorney also spoke today about the importance of the settlement beyond the money.
We need change. We need them to change.
About the need for major reform in the Loveland Police Department, starting with a change in leadership.
Those in power in Loveland have created a culture of police officers who have no respect, no care, no compassion.
And they're hoping that this settlement helps bring all that about.
I'm hoping that this dollar amount makes them realize that they do need to make changes in that department and that we're not messing around.
For his part, Loveland Police Chief Robert Tyser said he has no plans to resign.
I do not.
But agrees that his department needs to change and improve.
There's no excuse under any circumstances for what happened to Miss Garner. We have agreed on steps we need to take to begin building back trust.
Good morning. My name is Sarah Schalke, Sarahschhielke. With me, I have Alisa Swartz, Allisa Swartz, daughter to Karen Garner. Shannon Stewart, Steward, daughter-in-law to Karen Garner, and Drew Stewart, grandson.
Hi, Papa.
Today, we're announcing a settlement reached in Karen Garner's federal civil rights lawsuit against the city of Loveland and its officers for their horrific assault upon her, for their failure to provide her with medical care for hours afterwards, and their supervisor's blatant and appalling efforts to cover it all up. She was 73. She had dementia. She was one of the most vulnerable members of our community, and she was carrying wildflowers. Her crime, she had forgotten to pay for $13.88 items from Walmart. $13.88 is the business interest that Loveland believed was worth inflicting this atrocity. Today, they pay Miss Garner $3 million. The amount of this settlement is likely record-breaking for a civil rights case that doesn't involve death or permanent disfigurement. And not only does its amount send a powerful message, but the speed with which it was obtained does as well. Just 4 months since we filed the lawsuit. However, many know we intended to fight. Some may ask why we settled it all. We want to answer that this morning. Karen, mother to 3, Nana to 9, is in declining health. As many of us know, dementia is a terrible, heart-wrenching disease. And the trauma that Loveland's police department inflicted on Karen only made that worse and accelerated her decline. Her family has had to grieve this slow, devastating, ongoing loss of their beloved mother in the public eye. And all throughout, they've been unable to speak with her. They've been unable to ask Karen what she would want to do. What what she would want her legacy and her final chapter of this case to be if she could tell us. Well, a few weeks ago, as we were wrestling over what to do and whether to settle this case or pursue years of litigation, we came across a letter that Karen had written to her children and her grandchildren a few years ago when the dementia had just begun. When she was signing the power of attorney that would give up so much of her independence and acceptance of the horrible things that this disease would do to her. And we wanted to share some of the words that she wrote. Karen wrote, "All I've wanted all my life was someone to love, adore, and care about me. And I find the world scary now, being alone. So value love as a treasured gift. It is all that matters. I want the best and fullest lives possible for my children and grandchildren. And I feel the world is getting crueler. Don't make it any rougher for yourselves by living in the past. Look out the front window. Don't dwell on what's in the rearview mirror." We were struck by the poignancy of Karen's words. Her last wishes for her life and for her family showed us that closure and peace were paramount for her loved ones. This settlement provides that. It allows Karen and her family to avoid the toll that prolonged litigation exacts. It was obtained quickly enough to be enjoyed by Karen herself, which is so important because she is the one who went through this hell. And she now requires around-the-clock care, and she'll have the best the world can offer. The family would like to make a statement, and Shannon's going to make that statement now before I finish remarks.
How many good cops you ever see stop a bad cop from being a bad cop? I've done it many a times. I've done it. You know what I got? You know what I received? Yo, whose side you on? I'd be like, yo, I'm on the right side. The dude's in cuffs. What you hitting him for? What is the problem? He ran from us. What does that mean? He ran from us. We got to tune him.
There we go, people. These are We the People News. Bye, y'all.